I don't know about you, but I love olives. Olives. Today we're looking at 5 olive dishes from around the world to see how creative people can get with them.
Hi Beryl, my name is Theo and I'm Greek, but I was born and raised in Dortmund, Germany. And the dish I want to share with everybody today is called Glyko Koutaliou, which translates to spoonful of sweets, basically. It's a very sweet dish, which is typically given with a Greek coffee or a mocha. It's a very syrupy consistency. It's almost like jam or a marmalade, but even more sweet and a little bit thicker. It's basically a dessert. Basically any fruit can be made as this sweet dish.
For this recipe, we're using Greek pitted Kalamata olives. Kalamata olives are kind of like a light brown color. They're not as meaty as a green olive and definitely have a distinct flavor profile. And we're gonna soak them now for 3 days in water, changing the water regularly. Okay, it's day 2. These have been sitting in the refrigerator. I'm going to change the water and replace it. Now they're gonna go back in the fridge for another day. Okay, it is day 3. The water has been changed a couple of times actually, and now I'm gonna drain it, and now we are going to make this dessert.
Olives are a big part of Greek culture. We cook everything with olive oil. We put olives basically on every salad. This is just another way to have more olives. I don't really enjoy them. I'll eat them because otherwise I wouldn't be Greek, but yeah, I don't really enjoy the taste.
So now we're gonna put the olives into a simple syrup mixture. I am just, sometimes this show gives me recipes that I cannot believe are real, and this is one of them. In a million years, I would have never thought to put olives in a simple syrup. So here we go, we're just trusting the process.
People should try this because it's a simple way to preserve fruits and always have a spoonful of something sweet. So, when the sweet tooth hits, you always can just grab a spoon and have yourself a spoonful of sweet. I even have a jar of it right here. I'll open it for the video when it releases, and I'll have some with you. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and have a great day, everybody.
For this olive episode, we are starting with a dessert. Just like in the chicken episode where we started with dessert, here it is. A chicken pudding. You gotta start with your strongest foot forward, and I feel like an olive dessert where there are whole olives involved is quite surprising, and we need to make sure everybody sees it. Whoa. The olive does not really taste like an olive to me anymore. It's quite sweet, obviously from soaking in that syrup that we made. It still has that meaty texture, so it almost feels like fruit in a crazy way. And the stuffed almond inside gives it a little bit of crunch, so it's not just a super soft bite. I think this is gonna be really good with yogurt. The yogurt has a bit of a sourness because this is Greek yogurt. Wow, cat's got my tongue. I'm amazed. This is so surprising and so interesting and so not like what I expected at all. When I was asking for olive dishes and this one came through, I was like, oh my God, Theo, please, you have to be in the episode. This dish is incredible. Luckily he said yes so that all of us could learn about it. There's so many foods out there that I just have no idea exist, and this is one of them. I wonder how many Greek people know about this dish. If you're Greek, let us know in the comments if you've heard of this dish before, or if you've had this dish before. Yum, the syrup is really good. The flavor of the clove and the lemon and the vanilla have come together to make a really, really nice syrup flavor that is different than any that I've had for a while. I would just say any that I've had. Soaking the olive for all those days removed that briny flavor, and what's left is just like the texture of an olive, which is crazy. I would honestly say try this. If you like yogurt with fruit in it, try making this at home and have it with yogurt because it's delicious. I recommend you guys make this and try it yourself. Olives are green, other things are green. Speaking of things that are green, I would like to thank AG1, the sponsor of today's episode. You may have heard of AG1, but in case you haven't, AG1 is a daily health drink. It combines your multivitamin, pre- and probiotics, superfoods, and antioxidants into one easy-to-digest scoop. AG1 Next Gen is clinically shown to support gut health and fill in common nutrient gaps. I used to take a ton of vitamins every single morning, but since AG1, I've been able to replace all of that with one drink, which for me is a lot nicer than having to swallow a ton of pills. Because for less than $3 a day with a subscription, you're getting around $7 of daily nutritional support. That's a good deal. Even the healthiest of eaters can have nutrient gaps, and AG1 Next Gen combines more vitamins and nutrients than ever before. Positive. Outside of the original flavor, AG1 now also comes in tropical, berry, and citrus flavors. One of the things about AG1 that I think is great is that they heavily invest in research and go to great lengths to invest in rigorous peer-reviewed clinical trials, so you can trust it. Another thing I love is that it supports my energy levels and helps alleviate bloating, which is 2 big thumbs up. From a food show creator, the question is though, how does it taste? Tastes pretty good. Doesn't taste like a green juice that might make you go bleh. Tastes like wah. To support me and the channel, go to drinkag1.com/Beryl or scan the QR code on screen. You'll get a free welcome kit when you first subscribe, a bottle of vitamin D, and free AG1 travel packs. So a big thank you to AG1 for sponsoring this episode all about olives.
Hi Beryl, my name is Bouchra and I'm from Morocco, but currently living in Singapore. The dish I would like to share with you today is Tagine Zaytoun, which means chicken and olive tagine. It looks like golden chicken pieces surrounded by green olives and slices of preserved lemon in a rich sauce. The main ingredients are chicken, onion, saffron, ginger, olive oil, and of course olives. I like it because it feels comforting and festive at the same time, and it tastes savory, lemony, and slightly salty.
These preserved lemons were actually a gift from Leia. Thank you, Leia.
You're welcome.
She gave me them for my birthday. It was the first recipe that we ever made together on the channel. The recipe's on my website, beryl.nyc, if you want to make them yourself. They're really, really delicious, and they're really great to cook with.
This dish is a classic. It is very common and is often served at weddings, family gatherings, or when hosting guests. It connects Moroccan culture because it shows hospitality and how we turn simple ingredients into something special. It usually uses green or purple olives.
So the type of olives that we're using for this are green pitted olives. These olives are a little bit larger. They're not as flavorful as Kalamata, but I personally love the flavor of a green pitted olive, or not pitted, but of a green olive. Salty, briny, meaty. They're gonna be really good with the chicken.
Olives remind me of Morocco's Mediterranean landscape where olive trees grow everywhere. A tagine is both the name of the dish and the clay pot it is cooked in.
So traditionally this would be cooked in a tagine like this, but this is not really a cooking tagine, the one that I have. It's more of a serving tagine. I've tried to cook in it once before and it has a huge crack in it now. So I learned my lesson. So I'm gonna cook it in this, and then when I serve it, it's gonna be in this.
And people should try chicken and olive tagine because it is a true taste of Moroccan culture and tradition.
This dish was a lot simpler to make than I thought that it was going to be. For some reason, it just seemed complicated, but then when I actually started cooking it, it was like, oh, just cook some chicken and toss in some olives and Bob's your uncle. You've got this Moroccan tagine dish. That's delicious. The marinade on the chicken is so flavorful. I did the marinade just for an hour. You can do it overnight, and then I think obviously the flavors would penetrate even deeper, but 1 hour is enough. The combination of the chicken with the olive is really nice because the olive has this briny flavor to it that brightens up the chicken dish. I really like the marinade on this chicken. But it's the preserved lemon. That's what's tasting so good in this. It's the preserved lemon. So on the preserved lemon, these are basil seeds that are giving flavor. And the interesting thing about a preserved lemon is that everything becomes soft and you can eat the whole thing, including the skin. And it's so delicious. These are good. Nice job, Leia.
Yeah, hell yeah.
The chicken is really tender because we cooked it in the chicken broth, and so cooking chicken in broth just makes for a very tender piece of meat. If you're interested in learning more about cooking chicken, I did a chicken episode where we cooked 5 different chicken recipes, all in just like incredibly different ways, and it taught me so much about cooking chicken. I feel like a professional now, like for sure. I think having chicken and olives is not something I would necessarily think about off the bat, but it's a really good combination because the meatiness of the olive is different type of meatiness than the meatiness of meat. But the combination is really good. Plus I love green olives. I just love the flavor of them. I find it to be very delicate, but very strong. This dish is beautiful. It's olivey, it's lemony, it's flavorful, 10 out of 10.
Hello Beryl, hello everyone. My name is Alexandre and I'm currently living on the west coast of France in Brittany, but I'm originally from the south. The dish I want to share with you today is tapenade. Tapenade is a spread made out of olives, and that's the main ingredient known for in France. But the original recipe calls for other ingredients such as capers, tuna, and anchovies.
For this, we are using pitted Kalamata olives. You could also use black olives if you like the flavor of black olives. I just don't really like that bitter flavor, so we're using Kalamata olives for this.
I really like tapenade because, first of all, it's full of memories for me. My father used to make a lot of it for the summer, for our vacations, and it's really synonymous of summer for me. But I also really like the way it tastes. All the ingredients blend together to give us something that is extremely tasty, very salty, very savory, and that you can really make great dishes or just eat on its own.
I have never had tapenade like this. This is definitely surprising to me. The tuna that I'm using is no salt added tuna in water. So much of this is gonna be salty that I think you wanna try to use a no salted tuna just to like tame down the salt levels a little bit. I've never made this before, but this is just my train of thought. Olives are salty, anchovies are salty. You don't need your tuna to also be salty. Also, capers, very salty. I love caper berries though. If you've never tried a caper berry, it's when they let the capers grow a little bit bigger and they're the size of like a berry. Caper berries, oh. I like capers too, but caper berries, they have a special place in my heart.
It is pretty well known across France, although as I said before, the most known recipe only calls for olives that are crushed and mashed together with some olive oil.
I wasn't gonna put the bay leaf in because it seems like a weird thing to do, but Alexandre said that I have to put the bay leaf. I know you don't believe in them, but they really make a difference here. This is like lore now. I just don't believe in bay leaves.
People should try this recipe because first of all, it's very easy to make. You just have to blend everything together and season it to taste. But also because it's a very interesting combination of ingredients that we would not think to mix together. And it keeps for a long time, so you can just share it with all your friends and family. I really hope you try tapenade and I really hope you like it too. Thank you, bye.
I'm definitely intrigued as to how this will taste because in my mind, it is going to be a salt bomb. The color is really pretty. It's salty, all right. It's salty, but the crackers actually balance it really well. So like it is a salty tapenade because you have anchovies and capers and olives in it, but the balance with the cracker, like it makes it not so intense. The ingredients on their own are ingredients that I really enjoy. Capers, I love. Tuna fish, yes. Anchovies, okay, I'm not the biggest fan of anchovies, but I respect anchovies, if you know what I mean. Kalamata olives, oh, I love Kalamata olives. All of them together, the paste, the consistency of this paste, it's really nice. It's just salty. I'm going in for one more bite. It's like an addictive saltiness. I'm just gonna have a bit of the cracker to help my mouth. And then I'm gonna go get some water.
Hi Beryl.
Hi everyone.
My name is Batoul and this is my husband Youssef. We're currently living in the UAE, but we're originally from Syria. The dish I want to share with you today is olive salad. It's a very simple village-style salad that highlights the olives as the main ingredient.
Since I'm making a salad with a lot of different components and I want everything to be around the same size, I'm gonna use my chop wizard because I'm not that great of a chopper myself. So using this will mean that at least all the onions can be around the same size as the olives, and cutting a tomato is not that hard, which I think I can do on my own.
You add tomatoes, you add parsley, mint, white onions, and of course the most important condiment, pomegranate molasses, as it's the glue that really binds all the flavors together to present the final product.
For this recipe, we are using green pitted olives. These are meaty olives, so I think it'll be really good in a salad because there's a lot to bite into.
Now I added something special to the original recipe, which is lemon zest, because I think it adds a layer of flavors. It adds to the freshness of the salad.
These ingredients, we call them simple because back home in the Syrian coast, every house has these ingredients. You can find mint and parsley everywhere. You can grow it yourself. And of course here in UAE everything is available, so you can still make it anytime you want.
In true fashion for me, I had pomegranate molasses, but I didn't realize it, so I bought another pomegranate molasses. And while Leigh and I were cleaning up the kitchen, we found both of them in totally separate places, so I would have never known that I had two things of pomegranate molasses. Luckily, this one's almost done, but it's a lesson for me. I really needed to go through my kitchen and see what I had and what I didn't have. Turns out I have a lot. I've got a lot from doing this show. I just realized I finished it. That's so exciting. Now I only have one pomegranate molasses, like a normal person. Finishing a thing is so satisfying. I love it.
I like this dish because it brings back memories of our happy life before the war. I remember my dad would take us to the olive groves when it's harvest season, and we would go there sunrise to sunset, working all day long, picking up olives. It was difficult, I can remember. But as a nature lover, I really enjoyed every moment of this experience.
Right, and olives are so important for Syria as a country, and especially like the Syrian coast, because we have one of the highest quality olive crops in the world.
I think you should all try olive salad because it's a very simple recipe, but it would take you to the Syrian coast, to the Mediterranean atmosphere, and you would really enjoy it. I hope you all try it and love it, and thank you so much. Saha wa hana. Bye!
Visually, I love the way this salad looks, and I'm happy that I used my onion chopper to get the onions in the right size so that everything kind of looks very uniform. Makes me feel very professional. That dressing is so good and sour. If you like sour flavor, you'll love pomegranate molasses. The green olives with everything. Everything in this salad is just tasting very fresh. It's interesting, I've never had this before. I did spend a good amount of time in Syria many, many moons ago. I'll show you some photos of me in Syria. I was but a young lass, but I had an amazing time there, and Syrian food is so, so delicious. It really tastes like it comes from the garden. I could see how this would keep really well and the flavors would deepen as you hold it. So a couple days in the fridge, I bet this would be just as amazing as day one, if not better. I definitely think that you need to use green olives for this because Kalamata olives or black olives have too strong of a flavor, whereas green olives are a little bit more mild and very meaty. I think this is an amazing salad. It's an amazing side dish. It would go really well with a protein. It's going really well without a protein. I'm definitely enjoying it. I would highly recommend. It's easy to execute. Pomegranate molasses, if you don't own it, is something that you would probably enjoy owning. It makes for a great salad dressing. So overall, 2 thumbs up. I love it. I love it. I'll live it. I love it. I love all of it. Does that sound like olive 3 times? Olive it.
Yeah, olive twice.
Olive twice. Anyway, okay. I'm done.
Hi Beryl, my name is Amika and I'm from New York and currently living in Connecticut with my husband and 2 children. I'd like to share a super delicious orange cardamom olive oil cake recipe with you today. This cake has been a tradition in my Italian-American family for years. It was first introduced to me by my grandma, my little Italian-American grandma. An orange cardamom olive oil cake is a Mediterranean-style cake that tastes sunny and cozy and refined all at once. It is moist, fragrant cake made with fresh orange juice zest. cardamom spice and olive oil instead of butter. It is coated with a dusting of powdered sugar and some orange zest to finish it off. And you should pair it with coffee or tea for the perfect subtly sweet breakfast or dessert.
So the olive for this recipe is olive oil, because this is an olive oil cake, and I've got my big jug of olive oil. This is extra virgin olive oil that we're gonna be using, and I'm just gonna pour it right in. I've never made an olive oil cake before, so I'm really excited to try it.
The orange gives it a refreshing tangy sweetness.
I dropped the orange into the cake while I was zesting it. It was just getting so slippery. Fork. Nah. I guess it's okay. It's not really that big a deal.
The cardamom adds a floral, almost spicy aroma, and you can think of cardamom as cinnamon's elegant cousin.
Can't let fresh squeezed orange juice go to waste. Yum.
The truly special ingredient, olive oil, makes it light and extremely moist, making it both rich without being too heavy. I love having this any time of the day, whether it is for breakfast or dessert. And my husband and kids love to add a little ice cream on the side, but personally, I love to enjoy it more traditionally as is. Olive oil cakes are definitely gaining popularity in the United States, and I've begun seeing them on the menus at several different Italian restaurants. And many Italian immigrant families, such as my own, brought the custom of using olive oil in cakes and cookies and other desserts to America. For them, olive oil wasn't just an ingredient, it was a symbol of home, heritage, and health.
Yes! Yay! Yay!
This cake is unexpectedly delicious. Most people think olive oil is meant for cooking, not dessert, but in cake, it creates a moist, silky texture that surprises people in the best way. Thank you so much.
Ending the episode with cake just makes sense to me, and an olive oil cake I think is very cool. I've never had one before, but I think it turned out really good. It looks nice and baked. Whoa. So number one, you can definitely taste olive oil. And so I think when you're gonna make this, you wanna make sure that you're using a nice olive oil, so like extra virgin olive oil. This is extra virgin olive oil that we're gonna be using. Definitely wanna use that. The orange zest is nice. I used 2 whole oranges worth of zest and then 2 tablespoons of orange juice, so the orange flavor is really delicate, but it's definitely there. At the end, when the batter was in the pan, we sprinkled sugar on top of it, and that sugar has formed a nice little crust on the top of the cake, so there's a little bit of like a crunch when you bite into this soft, moist cake. I really am digging the crunchy, sugary top. Wow. I just can't get over the taste of olive oil. It's a surprising dessert flavor for me because it's not something I typically would associate with a dessert taste, but I really like it in a cake. I think this fits perfectly into an olive episode. It tastes like beautiful olive oil. There's no doubt in my mind what's in this cake. I totally love it. It's fabulous. I hope you enjoyed this episode all about olives. Don't forget that all the recipes are on my website, beryl.nyc. Until next week, I'm leaving you with 2 more episodes in our culinary universe that I hope will continue to inspire you to explore the world through food. I will see you all in my next episode.